Guten Tag alle, Herr Wallace here. Today we're going to talk about using the future tense with the verbs anziehen and ausziehen, but it kind of relates to any verb that's a separable prefix verb. Before we get started, I want to just add a note that in German sometimes the present tense can indicate a future action, but we're going to work with the verb werden in this video to show that clearly. So when you use the future tense in German, the second verb always goes to the end of the sentence. This happens whether it's a statement or a question. For example, I will play soccer. Ich werde Fußball spielen. Will you learn German? Wirst du Deutsch lernen? Now, when you form the future tense using a separable prefix verb, the separable prefix verb is at the end of the sentence, and the prefix is not separated from it as it is in the present tense. So from the present tense, for example, to say, I'm putting the jacket on, it's ich ziehe die Jacke an. A separable prefix verb will separate, the prefix will separate and go to the end of the sentence. In the future tense, ich werde die Jacke anziehen. This verb anziehen has come back together at the end of the sentence and is in its infinitive form. So more examples. Ich ziehe den Mantel aus. Ich werde den Mantel ausziehen. Zieht das Hemd an? Wird das Hemd anziehen? So now we're going to use some adverbs of time with this future construction, and we're going to use these: am Montag, am Dienstag, am Mittwoch, am Donnerstag, am Freitag, am Samstag, und am Sonntag. So when we form a sentence with an adverb of time and using the future tense, there's a couple different ways to do it. You can put the adverb in front of the German sentence. Am Montag werde ich eine Jacke anziehen. So when you do this, you're going to follow this adverb of time with the verb. In this case, werden. It will be the first verb, and it will be conjugated to fit the subject, which will immediately follow. Am Montag werde ich, and then the verb anziehen would be at the end. Now, you can also put time right after the verb and say, ich werde am Montag eine Jacke anziehen. This is also acceptable. Notice the position of the subject and the conjugation of werden. You see how they switched. Some other examples. Am Dienstag wird einen Hut tragen. Er wird am Dienstag einen Hut tragen. Am Samstag werde ich einen Pullover anziehen. Ich werde am Samstag einen Pullover anziehen. So, vielen Dank. Tschüss.